Hey girl, hey, this is your girl Talisha with Raw Woman Energy. How are you doing today? We are back at it again with another topic on why feminine energy attracts without trying. But before we dive further into today's topic, why don't you go ahead and do your girl a favor and like, comment, and subscribe and tell me where you're joining in from, and also tell me why you decided to step fully into your feminine energy. Because we know that sometimes it can be hard to fully embrace who we are is and just fully be us. And so I would love to know where you're joining in from, and tell me all about yourselves, your feminine journey, because I'm on my feminine journey right now. And it is amazing. It is worth it. It is everything that I did not expect it to be, as far as the consistency and also the grounding of everything that comes with feminine energy. And so before we dive off into this topic, go ahead and do your girl a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. And let's go ahead and dive straight into it. So why does feminine energy attracts without trying? Well, one, feminine energy is receptive, not pursuing. So attraction happens when you're open, not when you're chasing. So I know that a lot of us hear this whole saying, I'm chasing the bag, or I'm chasing after my dreams. Chasing after your dreams or chasing after a bag can be tiring. I know when you get off work, you be exhausted. I know that when you are trying to pursue something that you feel like you have to keep continually chasing, you feel tired. After a while, you're going to feel defeated, especially if you're not getting to the goal that you're trying to get to, or if you're not receiving the very thing that you're trying to receive. So feminine energy attraction happens when you're open, not when you're chasing. So if you're open to your dreams, if you believe in your dreams, if you're putting in, the consistency of just showing up for you and not for the bag and not for the dream, you're going to automatically attract it, because you're no longer chasing it. You're no longer putting forth energy to just one particular thing. You're putting the energy into yourself. You're putting the energy into your aura. You're putting the energy into your belief. You are believing that you will receive. You're believing that you are the magnet. You're believing and you're walking in it. And you're also allowing your feminine energy to come to you, because feminine energy allows things to come to her. So we are sitting back and we are graceful, but we are also manifesting and we are also putting in the work, and those things come to us, making sure that our heart is aligned and making sure that the consistent work is there, but also knowing that you're not just chasing something. You are already allowed and you already have it. So reminding yourself, I already have it. I have already received it. The only thing I have to do now is just show up. The only thing I have to do now is just receive it. The only thing now that I have to do is just be me fully in my feminine energy and allow these things to come to me with grace and with love, and it be knocking at your door like, hey, let me in. You ever heard that saying, when opportunity comes to knocking, don't miss it? That is what we are saying. Feminine energy allows for your opportunity to come knocking to you, and you don't have to be knocking on other doors trying to gain what it is that you are trying to gain. So stop trying too hard. It's masculine effort. Receiving is feminine power. Okay? Stop trying too hard. It is masculine effort. Receiving is feminine power. You don't have to sweat, because feminine energy was never designed for you to sweat. You were designed to fully receive. You were designed to fully receive. This is a affirmation that I want you to say to yourself. I don't attract by force. I attract by presence. As I said, all you have to do is show up. And by you showing up in your feminine power, and when you showing up in your feminine energy, and you allowing these things to come to, and you're open and you're not chasing, you're going to attract everything by just being present, because we don't attract by force, because that is masculine effort. We attract by presence. Second, regulation creates magnetism. Regulation creates magnetism. A calm nervous system feels safe and inviting. We talked about this in our last podcast when we went over your nervous system, how your nervous system has to be calm. And we talked about how we are able to move with our nervous system in a calm effort by simply breathing in those things and letting them go with exhalation. Okay. So you're breathing it in and you're exhaling all of those negative things that is trying to hold you back and trying to keep you bound to masculine energy. Being upset, beating yourself up, feeling as if like you have to chase, feeling as if like you are having to prove yourself. Your nervous system is not designed to prove anything. It is simply meant to receive. Calming your nervous system with raw woman energy, we are healing and we are becoming our greatest selves. We are walking through doors that is meant for us, and we are walking into it gracefully, and we are walking in it with our feminine energy, with our magnet attracting everything that comes to us. So in order for you to fully calm your nervous system, you're going to sometimes have to heal your trauma, and you're going to have to rediscover who you are. Because I can tell you these things, but if you are not healing, and if you are not trying to rediscover yourself, and if you are not trying to be in a space to where you are fully ready to receive your blessings, because you are now healed and you are taking the steps to continue to stay healed, then you will be able to receive. But if you are not, you're not going to be able to fully be that magnet that you need to be. People are drawn to peace, not chaos. This is a um, this is a fact, okay? I know that a lot of people rather choose peace instead of chaos, but peace sometimes is unfamiliar because we live in a society where everything is chaotic. And so when we get on our timeline, we see nothing but drama, we see nothing but chaos, we see nothing but mishaps and unfortunate events, and we see all of these things that involves things that kind of makes our nervous system react in a way that's not calm, because now we're in a state of worry, and we're in a state of not being fully centered within ourselves, and we put all of our emotion to one particular post that we've seen, and we put all of our energy into this bad girls thing that we see on our timeline, and it's drawing all of our energy out, and it's making our nervous system feel disrupted and not peaceful. But people are drawn to peace, not chaos. If you were to be in a state to where even chaos is drawn to peace, which is absolutely wild, because peace is positive energy and negative is chaos. But we talk about this in another episode, how the way how the way negativity and positive energy does not cannot live without each other. They cannot coexist without each other. So if I'm sitting over here and I'm peaceful and I'm calm, your mental is going to be curious about why I'm so peaceful, even though your mindset is chaotic. And then that chaotic is going to try to come over here inside of my peace, is either going to try to disrupt it, is either try to going to understand it, is either try to going to copy it, is either try to steal it, it's going to try to do something to where it can take hold of it or either draw you into what it is that it is. But people are drawn to peace, not chaos. It's just what we're used to. Our nervous system is used to loud, disruptive, negative energy versus being calm and being in a state to where we are receiving and we are being fulfilled through the things that we are, wanting and trying to gain in this life. When you're regulated, your energy speaks before your words. And this is one thing what I had to learn. When you're regulated, your energy speaks before your words. Because I used to be in a state to where I was always trying to prove myself. I was always trying to be in a place to where I want you to hear me. I want you to understand me. I want you to be on my side. I just need for you to understand. But as time went on and I started to heal and I started to look within myself and gain peace from within myself versus being in a space where I'm looking for everything outside of me, I started to understand that my energy is going to speak before my words. When we talk about in our last episode, how to radiate your feminine energy, we talk about how the way your energy is going to speak for itself. Just how the way that we're talking about in this episode, when you're regulated, your energy speaks before your words because you are aligned. You are in a space to where everything moves with you, even your words. Like your words move with you, your time moves with you, your grace moves with you, your energy moves with you. It's not fighting you. It's not going against you. You're not in a space to where you feel like you're fighting all the time, to where feminine and masculine energy is always fighting. They're always going back to back. Your energy, your aura is just fighting. But once your feminine energy is regulated, once you're in a space to where the fighting is no more, the confusion is no more, the chaos is no more, when you walk into a room, you don't have to say anything because your energy speaks for itself. We talk about in how to radiate your feminine energy, how the way you can walk into a room and you can make another woman or another individual feel as if like they have to fix something about themselves, whether it's their hair, whether it's put on some lip gloss, whether it's trying to make yourself appear to be more feminine because this graceful individual just walked in and it just disrupted her aura. It is reminding her of who she is. She may not understand that right now, and she may not fully grasp why she's doing it, and it may make her uncomfortable, and it may make her feel as if like you think you're better than them or anything, but we don't care. And it may make them feel that way, but your feminine energy is simply reminding them of their feminine energy. But the masculine energy that they carry is upset about it and is mad because it doesn't want them to be reminded at all. So when we talk about how the way your energy speaks before your words, you can simply walk in and you just simply spoke without even having to open up your mouth. And this is why feminine energy attracts, because your energy for itself speaks for itself. Not your words, not your hands, not your actions, but simply your energy. I want to give you another powerful affirmation through this target key point on inner peace is the real glow up. This is another gem, so go ahead, pick it up and grab it. Inner peace is the real glow. We talk about healing in raw woman energy, simply healing. If you can decide, and if you can be able to be in a space where you say, I want to heal, you have already opened up a door to inner peace. You have already chosen inner peace. And that is the real glow up, because you can't shine outwardly if you're not shining inwardly. You cannot be a beacon if you're not healed, or if you're not fully Um, yeah, healed. I was trying to use another word. Y'all know I do that sometimes. But if you're not fully healed on the inside, you cannot glow outwardly. You can't put on makeup and feel as if like you're glowing. You can't put on concealer and feel like, oh, this fixes the imperfections that I was hiding, the dark circles around my eyes. No, you have to heal because inner peace is the real glow up. Raw woman energy is that glow up for you. Authenticity is irresistible. Authenticity is irresistible. Y'all like clockwork. Here he comes. Here he comes. 5. I told you every time. Thank you. Every time. Okay. Back to what we were saying. Authenticity is irresistible. We talk about in Raw Woman Energy how we're doing this healing process real, raw, authentic, unfiltered. You're walking in your purpose. You're walking in your divinity. You're walking in everything of who you are, real, raw, unfiltered, unmasked is you because authenticity is irresistible. Don't nobody want to be around nobody fake because things happen when you are around someone that is fake. Either you get hurt, either you feel like someone is talking about you, either you feel as if like someone is trying to make you be a version of yourself that you don't want to be. You start feeling yourself slowly turning away from who you are and becoming something else. Like you don't want to be around anything that is fake, that is false. So authenticity is irresistible because feminine energy attracts because it's real, it's not rehearsed. Feminine energy is simply real because you are naturally feminine. You are a natural woman. You are designed to naturally attract. It's not something that you can sit in the mirror and that you can sit up here and go over a script inside of your head on how you're going to be for the day. No. Is it work? Yes. Is it hard work to keep it? Absolutely. But it is not an energy that is rehearsed. It is an energy that is learned. It is an energy that is grasped. It is an energy that you had to fully step into. It's an energy that you have to remember because when before you were an adult, you simply were this beautiful, beautiful beacon of feminine energy that burst through your mother's womb and came into this world, radiating with every drop of feminine energy. And as time got older, as time got old, you got older. With time, you got older. With time, you got, like I say, y'all, this is real, uncut, unfiltered. So I don't edit. I let y'all into my journey. I let y'all into my world. And I give y'all everything that makes up me. Sometimes I stumble over my words. My child comes in here every now and then. And that is just my life. But I am also a woman. I am a mother. I am pure in feminine energy. When I say purely in feminine energy, I mean I am me. I am purely me. Now I walked through life and made some mishaps and also had to learn how to be my feminine self. And that is because I'm a mother. I'm a single mother of 4 kids, if you do not know. And I had to be both parents. So for me, I had to be in masculine energy and I also had to be in feminine energy. And we talked about this in our last episode on how to radiate feminine energy. When we talk about how the way I decided to wear heels 365 days out of the year. This was my journey. This is everything that I experienced. And this is what I had to walk through in order for me to feel feminine and understand what feminine energy was for me because I never put on heels like that. I was a sneaker girl. I would do my nails. I would get my hair done, but I would always be in a space where I felt like I was missing something, to where I felt like I was trying to remember who I was. And so I allowed my feet to hurt so that I can heal inwardly and find that feminine beacon on the inside. And once I took those heels off every day, yes, it felt good, but I also remembered while I was taking my heels off while I was doing it. And I also felt beautiful. I felt like I just didn't want to be touched. I felt like everything was just coming to me in a sense of, and it's more than just the shoes. It's more of what I felt when I put on the shoes, when I stepped into being feminine, if that makes sense. So I took off my tennis shoes and I put on my heels and I walked in feminine power. So and we talked about it's not rehearsed, it's not something that you can a mask that you can put on or anything like that. It's not something that you can try to copy or anything. It's simply just choosing you. It's simply choosing being feminine. It's simply choosing to want to remember who you are. You don't need to be perfect to be magnetic. All you have to do is remember your magnetic energy, because feminine energy is magnetic. It is a receptor. It is not something that has to prove anything. It's not something that has to be boastful. It's not something that has to be masculine. It is simply, you are simply a magnetic field, a magnetic individual who attracts everything. You just have to remember it, because being yourself is more attractive than trying to be chosen. And I'm going to say that again. Being yourself is more attractive than trying to be chosen, because in order for you to be chosen for anything, you simply have to first choose yourself. Because who is going to choose you for anything if you are not choosing yourself? Be yourself, raw, authentic, because being authentic is irresistible. Being chosen is a beautiful thing, but being yourself allows you to be chosen, because you're choosing yourself over just wanting to be chosen for something. You're going to know what you want to be chosen for. When it's time for you to be chosen, you're going to raise your hand because you already know what it is that you want. You're going to already know what it is that you want to receive. Not just feeling like you're being thrown in something. You don't know what it is that you're about to receive, and you don't know, what's on the other side. You know yourself. You know what you know. You know what you're willing to tolerate. You know what you like, what you don't like. The things that make you mad, what makes you upset, the things that you're willing, what you're willing to tolerate, things in that nature. So choosing yourself, being yourself is more attractive. Trust me, is more attractive than trying to be chosen. Self-worth eliminates depression. I'm going to say this as loud as I can. Self-worth eliminates depression. I have suffered from depression. I do not know how long. And today it tried to attack, but I had to remember who I was. I had to remember why I'm choosing my feminine energy, why I chose to heal each and every single day, why I choose to continue to walk this walk, why I choose to simply just be me and understand me. When you know your worth, you stop seeking validation. You don't need anyone to choose you for anything. You don't have to feel like you're validated. You don't have to feel like you're a pick me. You don't have to feel as if like you're not seen. You don't have to feel like any of those things. When you know your worth, you stop seeking validation. When you are, let's say you're working and you feel like you're putting I'm talking about all of your energy, all of your time, all of yourself, all of you into your work, and they are not paying attention, they don't care, they don't see you, they just want you to show up to get the job done. And here comes this big promotion that's around the corner, and Lucy, who don't do a darn thing but sit on her tail and not do anything, but she's just sitting there and she smiles and she looks pretty and she does this and she does that. But you bust your butt every day. You're trying to prove something to these people every single day. And these people come to Lucy and they say, Lucy, you got the promotion. And you sitting over there and you're mad and you're angry and you're frustrated with Lucy because Lucy knew who she was. Lucy knew her self-worth. Lucy understood the assignment by simply just showing up, by simply sitting in her feminine power and letting everything attract to her, everything she wants come to her. Meanwhile, you over here and you're trying to prove yourself, you're trying to look for validation, you are trying to just be a pick me. You're trying to do all of these things and it's not working for you, love, because that's not your energy. It is not your energy. So when you know your worth, you stop seeking validation. All you have to do is know who you are. Like Lucy knew who she was. You need to know who you are because Lucy took in everything that she wanted by simply sitting in her power, by simply showing up, by simply, she did her job, but she didn't seek validation while doing her job. She simply allowed everything to flow and attract to her. You don't have to over explain or over give or overextend. You don't have to do everything over and beyond for you to be noticed. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to overgive yourself. That's too much energy that is being drained from you. They are taking it's like little vampires that's just sucking out all of your feminine energy. And you look around and you say, damn, don't even do nothing. I'm doing all of the hard work. It's because they are sitting and they are receiving and they are knowing who they are. Because if you are fully in your feminine power, you don't have to prove or explain anything to anyone. Confidence without arrogance is deeply feminine. If you're confident and if you are in love with yourself, when I say in love with yourself, I mean being in love with yourself the way that you can be in love with a man, being fully in love with yourself. I am learning how to look in the mirror and smile and learn that my body is beautiful while I am while I am transforming my body. Like I said in previous episodes, we're going to look back at this episode and we're going to say, wow, we have done and we have learned and we are now receiving because we have now transformed. All you have to do is be confident because feminine energy in itself is powerful. It's powerful for you, love. You don't have to be a man. You don't have to be masculine in a way that makes you seem as if like you're trying to prove and you're hardcore and you don't take nothing from no one. No, your feminine energy is for you for that notion. Your feminine energy is going to let people know don't bother her because, baby, if you mess with her, she's going to receive justice and you want to receive something else. So leave her alone. People who are blind to that, who don't know that, have to learn the hard way. But you are confident without arrogance is deeply feminine energy. I'm going to give you another gem that you can say to yourself, another affirmation you can say to yourself. I don't need to be picked because I choose myself. Say this to yourself. Know this. Believe this. Believe this. I don't need to be picked because I choose myself. If you want to pick me, that's fine. But please, I'd rather you not. I don't need to be. If you want to, go ahead. I tested this out when I was working for the educational system, and we was all at training. True story, we was all at training. We was at the board meeting, and I was sitting on the front row, and I was sitting next to two other females, two other individuals, and it was a spin the wheel type of thing, and I was handing out gift cards, and it was handing out all type of things, and I sat there, and I did not want to be picked because I did not. The reason why I did not want to be picked is because I didn't want to get up and walk all the way to the back to get my card or whatever it is that they was giving out. I just didn't simply, I didn't feel like moving. I just wanted to keep sitting, enjoying the day, enjoying my aura, and sitting there eating my popcorn as, was having this whole game day thing. And she asked me out of nowhere, she was like, "What color do you pick?" And I was like, "Purple." And she was like, "Well, let's spin it and let's give it a go." And the whole time I'm sitting right there like, "Please don't pick me. Please don't pick me. Please don't let me win. Please don't let me win." And my color won because I wasn't trying to, it just came to me. It's not that I didn't, what's the word? It's not as if like I would have hated to be picked. Like if I would have won, I would be grateful. I would be like, yay, but I wanted it for someone else. I didn't want it just for myself. I wanted the, card to go to someone else because I simply just didn't feel like moving. I had just got up from the restroom, walked in my heels, and this is me walking in my heels, and it was new to me. My feet was hurting. I didn't feel like getting up, so I was just sitting there in my feminine power, and I was just like, "Ooh, please let it go to someone else." I wasn't trying to be picked. I wasn't trying to be chose. And Lord behold, it fell on my color. And I still had to get up and walk back there and pick up my card. But I was happy that I won. I felt, grateful for it, but I simply really did not want to be picked at all because I don't really like being picked for anything. But I mean, hey, presence over performance. Feminine women are fully present in conversations. When I tell you I am a talker, I love to talk. If you haven't noticed that by now, then hey, that's one of my things. But I love to talk because I love conversations. Even if it's with myself, I love having conversations with myself. Call me weird, call me whatever, but I love having conversations with myself because sometimes it allows me to be able to fully know who I am, to fully get to understand me as an individual, what I like, what I don't like, my mental, how it is that the way that I'm thinking, where I'm at in my mental space, how I feel with my emotions. I love talking to myself, and I also love talking to others as well. So for me, if you hear the water right now, if you do not know, I am in my soft spot, my soft space, which is the bathroom, and I am surrounded by water, surrounded by all of my bubbles and everything. And I talk about this every episode, not every episode, but one particular episode, we talk about how finding your soft spot allows you continue to heal. Like when you have rough days and you go back to your soft spot in your safe space. I call it soft spot, but your safe space, so that you can release and let out all of the day's trauma and drama that tried to keep you from being who you're keep you from keep you from being yourself and keep you from walking in your feminine energy. Coming back to your safe space or your soft spot is one thing that is really good to be able to take into a ritual for yourself, because rituals are good, depending on what type of ritual you're doing. But for me, it's water. So if you hear the water, it's just simply me being in my safe space and being able to talk to you guys, and being fully present in this conversation that I am giving you. But being present in conversations is a really good way for you to step fully into your feminine energy, because us females like to talk, and sometimes we like to gossip, and sometimes we like to be in spaces to where it makes other women uncomfortable with our words. But being fully present means being attentive. I have been in situations to where I know I have not been fully present in conversations. And this was a part of me where I was trying to grow up, or if I'm too busy and someone comes to me and they're talking and my mind drifts off somewhere else and I'm thinking about other things, women are fully present. We are not, men like to drift. They don't really listen to what it is that we're talking about. Masculine energy drifts. Feminine energy is present. So when you find yourself drifting off, or you find yourself semi not listening to what it is that someone is telling you, you are not in your feminine energy, because feminine energy is fully present in conversations. I can give you my time. I can listen to you. I can understand you. I can give you the advice that you need, or I can just simply be silent, whatever it is that you need from me. But what I am going to do is be fully present for you, because feminine energy is fully present in conversations. They listen, they feel, and they respond with intentional. Like I said, I can simply listen, I can simply feel where you're coming from, or I can respond with intentional. But it all depends on what the other person is wanting. But with that feminine energy is present. Is not distance, because presence makes people feel seen. That's attraction. Okay, presence makes people feel seen. That's attraction. If I am not listening to you, you're going to feel like I don't hear you. You're going to feel like I don't understand you. You're going to feel as if you're not being seen. You're going to feel some type of way. But presence makes people feel seen. So if I am fully present with you in a conversation, you're going to open up even more to me. I'm going to feel your energy even more. We're going to be sitting right here connecting, because that is what feminine energy is. Masculine energy drifts. It doesn't really want to hear what it is you have to say, especially when it's in feminine or have anything to do with feminine. So understand the difference. If you find yourself not listening, if you find yourself not being present, if you find yourself not feeling the individual fully, then you're not being present and you're not in your feminine energy. Boundaries increases desire. When I tell you boundaries is a must, saying no protects your energy. I used to be a yes girl. Yes, love. I used to be that girl. If you say, can you watch my kids? Sure, had to learn. You cannot do that. You can always say yes. Can I borrow some money? Yes. Knowing, girl, you knew you needed those $100. You should not have given that out. But we'll figure it out later. Boundaries. You're sleeping. You don't want to be bothered. Someone comes knocking on your door. We talked about this in our last episode, where we talk about how to radiate your energy, your feminine energy. And we talk about setting those boundaries, how the way I had to put a note up on my door. If you did not call before you came, please don't come. Please walk back to your car and drive away. If you feel like I am such a bother to you, please get in your car and drive away. Setting those boundaries creates desire, because mystery comes from self-respect, not with withholding. Mystery comes from self-respect. If you respect yourself, people are going to want to know why. They're going to know, why does she put herself on this pedestal? Why is she so strong? Let me take a sip of water, y'all, because we've been talking for 38 minutes and 27 seconds. So let me take a sip. Okay. So mystery comes from self respect, not from withholding. So if you are not setting those boundaries, if you are an open book to everyone, everyone is going to feel like they already know you. They can use you. They can do whatever they want. Whatever it is that you're giving out, especially if you're too nice, if you're a yes girl, they're going to feel like, oh, well, you can just go knock on her door. She's not going to be upset. I feel like venting. Let me go over here and knock on her door. She doesn't have anything going on. And you can be in your house having your own troubles and having your own daily things going on. And then here they come dumping all of their trauma onto you, and you haven't even took out your own trash. So setting those boundaries is good because availability without access is feminine energy, okay? I'm just going to let that be known. Availability without access is feminine, I'm going to say, discernment. Availability without access is feminine discernment because you know who to deal with, who not to deal with, who you want to be involved with, who you don't want to be involved with on a particular day at a particular time. You know what it is that they want, you know what it is that they're trying to do, you know their objective, but you also have the respect, the self respect for yourself to say, hey, I don't have time. I will call you when I feel like I'm ready to talk. And you don't have to say this mean or dirty or nasty, but you can simply, let people know. Don't come to my house unless you call. Don't just show up out the blue knocking at my door. If you have not called before you came, then we have a problem. I will have you sitting outside knocking on my door for forever. And I will pretend like I'm not home. I will be in my bed, laying down, ignoring those knocks, continually doing what it is that I was doing because I had to learn it the hard way. I would be in the midst of creating something beautiful, doing something beautiful, and then out of nowhere, and it always happens when you're in a state of creativity. Was I about to get mad all over again? Ooh, breathe it in, let it out. Let it go. So it always used to happen around the time when I would be in like my creative zone. I would be creating something, and then like out of nowhere they would show up out of the blue, and then it would throw my focus off. It would throw my creativity off. I would feel like I'm lost now. I don't know what's going on. And then I would either stop or don't continue. And it would happen every single time. Or someone might show up and be like, oh, shut up, put that up. Or girl, come on, let's do it. And you stop and all of this stuff or whatever the case may be. Okay. Don't allow that to distract you or rob you from your feminine energy. Set those boundaries because that is most important. Allowing yourself to be in a space to where you can be fully you, and when someone tries to come in with negativity, you can be able to shut it down and not be in a space to where you're shutting up through their beck and call, or you're not fully taking your own advice, or you're not stepping into your feminine energy and you're allowing something that's masculine to be in control of your life, because we have to tell that individual, you do not run anything over here in this household. If I want to open up my door, I will. If I want to keep talking, I will. If I want to continue to be creative, I will. And I don't have to prove that to you. I'm just going to let my feminine power speak for itself. And you regain back your feminine power when they try to come in and they try to steal it, because you did not have that boundary set up for yourself, because you did not have that self-respect from yourself, because you were withholding. We are not in that space. We are not in that energy. Feminine energy is felt. It is not announced. You do not tell people who you are. They already experience it. That's why sometimes they can't handle it. That's why sometimes they want to walk away. That's why sometimes they don't want to hear it, because you're going to feel my feminine energy. I don't have to announce anything. I don't have to prove myself. I don't have to sit up here and make myself be seen. I don't have to be a pick me. I don't have to be that person that's saying, ooh, 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 with my hand in the air. I don't have to be that individual. But what I am going to be is my feminine energy, and you're going to feel it regardless. You're going to understand it regardless if you don't want to or not. You're going to experience who I am without me even telling you who I am. Energy attracts what words never could. I can sit up here and tell you all type of stuff. But one thing I can most definitely do is show you, because attraction is better than words. I can show you with my energy without even doing anything, without even saying anything. I can show you who I am just through my movement. I can show you who I am. And you can sit up there and you can be frustrated and you can be all of these things, but you're going to feel it regardless, because silence, softness, and stillness are powerful. I can be silent, I can be softness, and I can be still. Whether you are a person that like to read your Bible or not, baby, peace be still. Okay? Feminine energy radiates through every single page. Silence, softness, and stillness. I don't have to do anything because my energy is going to do it for me. I'm going to receive without even looking like I did anything. I am so powerful that my energy has the voice that makes you tremble without even me opening up my mouth. You attract when you're aligned, not attached. Attachment repels, alignment attracts. Feminine energy trusts timing and flow. You have to trust your feminine energy. You have to trust it. You have to own it. You have to walk it. You have to believe it. And it's hard because we've been so conditioned to believe. Here he comes. Here he comes. What do you want? No. Out. Bye. Feminine. Don't worry. Out working. Bye. Shut my door. Feminine energy attracts. Okay? So know who you are. You don't have to prove who you are, love. Stop proving. Proving ourselves is loser mentality. Proving is loser mentality. Love, I no longer have to prove anything. What am I proving? What am I proving? You don't even care that I'm proving it. So what am I proving? I know what I am finna do. I'm just finna sit back and receive. I'm just gonna sit here and attract. I'm just going to continue to show up and be consistent and allow everything to come to me, because all I have to do is receive it. This is your girl Talisha with Raw Woman Energy. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. I hope it was powerful. I hope you guys took in every single thing that I dropped, those affirmations, those gemstones. I hope you took it in. I really, really do. I hope you listened all the way through. If you are ready to heal and step out of being conditioned to believing that you have to be strong all the time and you have to be in this masculine energy all the time, that you have to chase a bag or you have to chase your dreams instead of allowing it to come to you by just consistently showing up and being you, and believing that you have already received it. If you are ready to heal, then I do have a 6-week, 6-module course that is free for 7 days. After the 7 days, it is $20 on me. The first week, 7 days, you get it for free. The first week is going to show you how to start to pull back those layers so that you can start to heal. You're going to get my therapy notes. You're going to get some activities. You're going to get also limited access to the community for you to be able to look at the posts and everything, and also get firsthand dibs on the podcast when I drop it. So every time that you log into school and every day, you're going to see a new podcast that is uploaded for you to be able to enjoy and pair with your healing module, whatever week that you're in. So yes, y'all, raw woman energy, I believe in, and I believe in myself. I believe that I am already receiving all of the beautiful things that comes with it. And I just want you guys to receive it. That's my main thing. I want you guys to be able to receive it, and for you guys to also be able to enjoy it and also start to walk in it, because it's very, very powerful. It's very powerful, and it's worth it. And it's worth being in a state to where you don't have to no longer prove yourself, and you start to stand on what it is that you believe in. You start to stand on self-worth. My note is still on my door. And every time someone knocks on it, they do not get entrance or access if they did not call, text, or anything in that nature to be able to come to me. We're not doing that. So make sure you set those boundaries. Make sure that you put yourself first. Make sure you start to unravel those layers, and make sure that you start to learn yourself and rediscover yourself and heal from those traumas, so that you can be able to fully go through these steps and be able to fully apply these steps that I gave you, so that you can be able to fully walk in divinity. Before we close out, I want to give you some powerful affirmations right here. This is one that I want you to really take in. Put it in. I tell my children all the time, put it in your memory bank and don't forget it. Lock it up, store it. And when you feel like you're in a day to where you need to remind yourself of who you are, I want you to remember this. I attract effortlessly because I am aligned, not anxious. I allow, I receive, and I trust. So take that in. I am so grateful that you guys are tuned in and that you guys are listening and learning and applying these steps to your life, so that you can no longer have to be, what's the word I'm looking at, an imposter to yourself. Because right now, a lot of us women are imposters, and we do not know who we are, or what we are capable of, or what we are willing to step into, and understand that divinity is feminine energy all the way through and through. I love you guys. Be safe, be good. This is Talisha with Raw Woman Energy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and go ahead and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time a new episode drops. Love you guys. Peace. Bye.